Get some rest. Get some rest. This one's gonna be short. All my videos are pretty short, but this one's gonna be short because it's about life, growing up, accountability, responsibility, power, strength, abuse of power, abuse of strength. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Basically, this video is about the acknowledgement of truth in life in itself. The ability to not delusionize. The ability to not romanticize or give delusion to the illusion we call life. It's not wrong to be delusional, but it is wrong to steroid your delusion to a point where it don't even make sense to you no more. God has a plan for all of us, even the bad ones. The good ones, the bad ones, the ones in the middle, lukewarm, it doesn't matter. God has a plan. Don't romanticize life. See it for what it is and move on. The only thing you can romanticize is the promised land, because that's when you truly see what he wants us to see, when this is all done with. We have to first do the work collectively together. Otherwise, there is no future. We've been romanticizing everything since the beginning of time, but mainly since the Europeans took power. Imperialism, slavery. They've given us a perception of reality that isn't real, to keep us in dream state, to keep us in a sleepy state. Because then, therefore, you don't fight back. You don't need to. You've romanticized it. You fight back, then the slave master somehow fall in love with the slave girl. You fight back, then the slave man gets hit with a stick instead of a whip. He run away. Massa and him become best friends. Then they tell you about how Massa saved the day and helped some niggas. Romanticizing life is what humans do to not acknowledge the truth. Escapism is what we do to not acknowledge our responsibility on this earth. We can't run away forever. We can't run away forever. It's a part of our duty to fight the fight until God tells us to stop. It's a part of our duty to understand that growing up was not just meant to take our youth away. Growing up was meant to give us the wisdom to understand how to be more like God. God is the dichotomy. He's the woman, the man. He's the young, he's the old. He's the smart, he's the aloof. He's everything. And he does that so we can understand him better. We will never understand him if we're trying to only play the game halfway. We're cheating. Women, you will get fat one day. Women, you will gray one day. Women, you will age. You won't be cute anymore. Cute is in the spirit. Men, you will lose your strength one day. You will lose your sex drive one day. You'll lose your power one day. You'll lose your access one day. And it's okay, it's life. Some mothers, you might get postpartum depression. You might get fat and get postpartum depression. You might not know how to evolve with your new body that God gave in you after you procreate, after depression, after sadness, after life just happens. Man, you might lose your wife, your girlfriend. She might cheat on you. You might lose your purpose. You might not have a purpose. You might be seeking something more. Or you might have sinned in your past and want to seek redemption and your life is crappy. And you want more and you don't know how to get it. That's life. Or you might be a druggie, talking about God, Jesus is the best, and you're still a druggie. That's life. We have to be willing to alter our whole selves in order for God to give us a new self. It's a trade-off. It's not free. It was never free. That is to not romanticize the story of life. Romanticizing life will only make you not attain the beauty of life quicker. We're making our journey on earth stagnant. We're prolonging. We're prolonging the beauty. We're prolonging the gifts that he wants us to see. We're prolonging the heaven. We're prolonging the heaven on earth. The more we wait to do his will, we have to fight the fight now before it gets too weird and hectic and creepy and crazy. I will say this, God is with you. I will say this, the more you put in the work, the more he will put in the work for you. I will say this, get some rest. I will say this, don't live by the phrase, oh, I'll sleep when I get there. No, what you'll do is you'll die before you get there. You'll do all the work for nothing. I want to say this. Live for God. Whether the promised land comes or not, live for God. We've read the Quran stories, the Islam stories, the Jesus stories, the Christianity, the Judaism, the Buddhism. Live for God. However you perceive that, the true God will find you when it's your time. Do your will by God. He will make all things make sense in any situation, but you have to have belief, imagination, and unwavering faith that he is a real thing, a real being. He might not be three-dimensionally through these eyes. You might not be able to see him or perceive him, but he is real. Do not romanticize life. God made us to be grown-ups, to be mature, to be guiders of light for the next generation. So how are we going to do that escaping from reality? How are we going to do that lying about our truth so we won't have to take accountability for what we did, what we will do, and what we are doing so the next generation won't see our dirty closet? So we can just repeat the cycle again and waste time. I'm not doing that this time. I'm not doing that this time. I'll say this last thing. For those that are seeking a direction, I went over to my homegirl's house, to chill, just to get away for a little bit. She has a child. The father's not currently there. Is he there? Yes, he's somewhere there on earth, but he's not physically doing his part. And he has other children. Neither there or there, because it's not my situation. But one thing I learned, being around her energy, whatever you are, that will define what you are. So being around the baby, the grandma, her, God said, how do you feel? I said, like, I want to go home. He said, because in your truest truth, you'd rather be a painter living a free-spirited life than to be a father. Once he gave me that information, once God gave me that information, I knew what romanticizing does. It skews our reality. It shifts the way things are meant to be. God said the reason why you never had children is because you know deep down inside it's not all cracked up as it say it is. It's not what they say it is, because we are still going astray. Anything sacred will never make sense until we do it the right way. So with that being said, don't romanticize anymore. See life for what it is, for everything: friends, relationships, lovers, family, jobs, life, traveling, meeting people. Like, doesn't matter. Your creation, your gift, prolonging creation, being premature in your creation, All of it. It happens for a reason. Don't romanticize. See it for what it is and live your truth the way He wants us to live it. Otherwise, you'll just live in a delusional spiral your whole entire life.